I got 2. Maybe a little better. Ooh. What is up? I don't know if I have anybody to say hi to yet. There's only one person here, and it's probably me. It's probably me. Yeah. Get some of these orders ready. And if you're watching on the replay, appreciate you coming and hanging out. If you're new here, my name is Dana, full-time reseller. What's going on, Misty? And I had a $7,000 week, and I said, you know, I haven't done a live in a hot minute, so I'm gonna go live and just pack orders and answer questions, and you know, it is what it is. So I sold this shirt. It's a Bumbershoot concert shirt from like 2015, Kanye West concert. I paid $1 for it at the thrift store. I sold it for 25 bucks. And the fun part, that's all it takes to pack. Throw it in a poly mailer. How I do my stuff, I just label it Bumber for Bumbershoot. Done. I'm gonna do some of the real easy ones first. Just kind of get them out of the way. I bought a bunch of vintage t-shirts the other day. This is a Stedman. It's hand painted, single stitch from the 80s, maybe late 70s, but probably 80s. Sold this for 29 bucks. Paid $1 for it at an estate sale. Stedman, done. We've got a couple people watching. Not a ton of people. Say hi in the chat if you want to. Sold this single stitch. Some rabbits. It's by Jerseys. Jerseys, XL Jerseys. I think I got 25 for this one. Again, I paid $1 at an estate sale for I bought a whole bunch of vintage t-shirts. And I paid $1 a piece. They were asking 3 a piece, and I said, hey, if I just buy a whole bunch, can we work a better deal? And they said, all right, well, make me an offer. And I had a big, just armful of them, and I said, 20 bucks. And they said, okay. So anyways, that's like a $15 profit. Times all of those shirts that I got. That's pretty dang good. I thought I had one more shirt out here, but oh, it's this one. I gotta double check. This is a 511 tactical. 511 tactical shirt. And I don't remember if this weighs over a pound or not, so we'll double check it. It is exactly a pound, which means it can go first class. Otherwise, this would have went to a padded flat rate envelope. But since it's a pound, I'm just going to poly mailer it, keep it first class. You got questions? Anything? Drop them in the side chat. We got a couple people watching, not very many. If you're packing orders, let me know that you're packing orders right along with me. Or if you just came to watch the train wreck of me going live for the first time in months, you can tell me that too. $5.11 done. Let's see. Let's do. I sold this from the same sale that I got all those shirts from. I got a bunch of Christmas ornaments and stuff. This Hallmark keepsake, it's Toy Story, Woody's Roundup guitar. And I sold this for 30 bucks. I paid $2 for that. Paid $2 for that. And throw that into a bubble mailer. Oscar, I sent you a DM. Toy Story. So answer my question in there first, and then we'll figure it out. I sold some Lisa Frank stickers for 40 bucks. I paid $1 for these at a garage sale, and 40 bucks, a buck into 40 bucks. A lot of the stuff I'm going to show you guys today is eBay orders because I packed my Amazon orders last night already, except for maybe one. Well, I know except for one because I sold another thing overnight. Lisa Frank. So I sold some Kids Shark Crocs. I sold some Christmas Crocs. I sold a pair of $150 hot dog finger gloves. I sold a DVD and 2 vinyl records. I also sold a $400 fire pit on Amazon. Putting together FBA shipment, getting new sourcing ideas while I watch. So that stuff right there was Amazon, along with one more. This is a vinyl record. It is Taylor Swift. I sold it for 40 bucks. I paid 20 bucks. I bought it on Amazon for 20 bucks. Resold it on Amazon for 40 bucks. And the fire pit's too big. I'm not bringing that fire pit in here, but it was $100 on Walmart, 98 bucks on Walmart.com. And I sold it for $400 on Amazon. I bought 5 of those guys, so I'm pretty happy with that. So it came pre-packed in a cardboard mailer, so I'm just putting this mailer over it to give it a little extra protection. What do we got? What do we got? What are we going to do? Put that down. I sold this Jarek Squishmallow. I don't remember what I paid for this. 20 bucks, I think, on Hot Topic. 20 bucks on Hot Topic. And I sold it for $80 on Amazon. 80 bucks. And that one fits. It's going to be tight. We'll see. There we go. Should always have a variety of different poly mailers, because something like that could have just saved me $2, $3 in shipping, maybe even a little bit more. Let's do some. So the broken Nintendo DS for 22 bucks. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale because the lid is floppy, and this one has a crack that runs through it. I don't know if you can see it. See it right there. So I listed it for parts not working. I sold it for 20 bucks. And since it's parts and not working, I am not worried about throwing it in a bubble mailer. Speaking of which, there's links down below if you guys are interested in any of these things. And then bam, done. Done, done, and done. Sold a Barney DVD. Barney's Big World Adventures DVD. Sold for 10 bucks plus shipping. I have maybe a quarter into it from a yard sale. And all my media just goes straight into bubble mailers. There's no sense in doing anything more exciting than that. You slide it in, peel it, tape it. It's going to go media mail. Barney, done. Barney, done. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. At least 3 boxes. So something I like to do is ship in batches. It's like, I don't know if you guys caught, I did all the shirts at once. All the shirts that are just going to go into poly mailers. Maybe a little better. And now I'm going to do everything that's going to go into like this size box. So maybe not everything, but everything I can see right here. So if I just build the 3 boxes, forgive your ears for a second. So now we got the 3 boxes done. Makes it a little bit easier to just kind of stuff and go. So 2 things that I did. So the Super Bowl hat, Rams, Niners, this sold for 50 bucks. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. I paid $6.99 for this Zion hat at Marshall's, and I sold it for 20 bucks plus shipping. This is all I do. Probably could have polymailered the Zion hat, but and you guys can see, hopefully you can see on there, how nice those fit. And again, the link for these is in the bio. You ship a lot, you definitely should have a couple different size boxes. This is Super Bowl. And again, as soon as I just put it in, label it. It's a structured hat, so it's going to keep it from getting damaged. Throw it at the ground. You can't hurt it. Zion. See how much faster that is? Because you already have the boxes built. Versus if I built a box, packed it, then built another one, then packed it. Faster. Sold this Wavebird controller. I sold it as parts untested because I didn't have the whole thing. I did power it on and it lights up and everything, but I paid $2 for this at a flea market and I sold it for 25 bucks. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. There we go. Cha-ching. I don't know if you heard that. The Wavebird is done. Let's see, what was that cha-ching? I'm just curious. Just sold a Lamax, 136 bucks. And I have an offer of $50 on another thing. And Rainy Day Reseller made a comment on my video. Appreciate it. Let's see, what do we want to do next? What do we want to do next? Let's do some easy Crocs. Paid $20 for these at Ross this weekend. I listed them and they sold within hours for 45 bucks plus shipping. So easy money. Easy money. and Crocs cannot get damaged. You can run these things over with a freaking truck. So I'm not going to box them. Throw them in a poly bag. And that's it. I have shipped hundreds of pairs of Crocs like this. I have not had one complaint. There may have been people who didn't love it, but blue camo Crocs. But I didn't get any physical complaints where somebody called me or whatever and was like, "You son of a, why did you do that?" I sold a cheap book. If you guys remember, it's a flea market video. I don't remember which one it was, but a flea market video. I picked this up for 60 cents or something like that. I got 3 things for $2, so whatever that is. And this just sold for $12. On medium mail shipping, nothing crazy. I will normally on a book like this box it, but since this is so cheap, I'm not worried about it. Give it 1 layer of bubble, and then I'm going to put it in a poly mailer. That's it. Netter book to ship. See how fast this is? We're flying. We're flying. Some of the other stuff is super easy. There's like no questions. There's barely any big people here either. So the 6 of you who came to hang out with me, appreciate you. What do I want to do? Let's see, I've got more books. Should I get some more expensive stuff? Put that one down. Yeah, screw it. I sold Play-Doh. Paid $2 for this at an estate sale. A whole bunch of books like this. I've only got 3 left. This one sold for $20 plus shipping. Anytime you see like leather or fancy hardcover books like that, if you're at a thrift store, an estate sale, a yard sale, something like that, they're worth checking out. Because some of the other ones I sold for like $60 and $70 a piece. And the really good ones sold right away. The ones like this that were just kind of like, man, it's a $20 book. Those ones are sitting a little bit. How do I want to ship that? I'm sure you can see my piles of boxes. These are like recycle boxes where I can just throw stuff into real fast and not have to like leave my office and come back. But I have a better box for that. Hang on. Maybe. No. Oh. It is off by that freaking much. All these ones are off by like that freaking much. All right, I'll get a better box for that in a minute. We're just gonna set that aside. We'll set that aside, and we'll do the next one. Can anybody, if you have any questions, it doesn't have to be about anything today, just whatever. throw them in the side chat. I'm just having, I had to pack orders anyways, so I figured I might as well just do it with you guys. So the bundle, Mario Kart Wii and the controller. And I don't know what I have into those. A couple bucks, maybe. I would have got them at yard sales. I sold that for 40 bucks. All the Wii stuff is kind of dragging. Wii Mario. I don't know about you guys, but I have like Wii Sports and Mario and all that used to just freaking fly. Hasn't been flying. Has not been flying. Sold 2 of these Aragon. They're signed autographed editions. Where's that? Right there. Signed edition. I think I paid 20 a piece for these around Black Friday. There was a autographed book sale at Barnes & Noble, and I have sold all the books at this point, except for I have 3 more Gucci Mane autographed books, and I have 1 Jimmy Fallon autographed book. Everything else sold. These ones, I sold a few for like 50 bucks right away, and then they just died and couldn't sell them. So I ran a sale on them, and I got $28 plus shipping. So I'm not really going to make a ton of money on these, but it gets rid of dead inventory, frees up space to buy something better, helps pay a credit card bill. If you know what I mean. These ones do fit in here. So any certain items I FBM over FBA. So yes and no to that question. So like I will FBM stuff that's hot. Say like it's Christmas time or something, and I don't have the 3 weeks, 4 weeks to wait to send it in for them to check it in to make it available for sale. You definitely don't want to be sending a bunch of FBA at that time. Otherwise, most of my stuff, if it's a low sales rank, I just send it into Amazon and let them do the FBA because they pack it, store it, ship it, all that stuff. They deal with everything. Customer service, returns, I don't have to do anything. If it is a high sales rank and it might take a while to move, I might list it on eBay and on Amazon cross-listed, and then I'll merchant fulfill it if it sells. And when I do that, let me see if I have an example. So like this DVD here is cross-listed. It's a high rank, but I put this little yellow sticky note on it. So I know if I sell this either way that it's cross-listed somewhere else, and I need to take it off of whatever platform it didn't sell on. Hopefully that makes sense. So this was the 2 Aragon books, if you missed it. Normally I would cut the boxes down to save on size, but these are going to go media mail. Size of the box doesn't matter, it's only the weight. So that's why I just filled it with some air pillows and moved on. And we're out of tape. Use 3-inch tape. If you use anything other than 3-inch tape, you're missing out. Aragon. Done and done. Let's do this one. Sold a Stanley cup. It's just a Stanley cup. I forget the color. Silt, I think, is the color. Sold for $70 plus shipping. Went to look for your channel, you and Adam, not showing in my feeds no more. Well, that's no good. I haven't been posting a lot, so it is possible YouTube said, screw you, Dana, and stop showing my videos. Like when I used to do these lives, I would get 20, 30 people in here. I've got way more subscribers now than I did then, and I've got 5 people in here. So, but I haven't been posting a lot of videos, and yeah, that's my fault. So to be honest, I could have just smacked a sticker on this box, but they paid $70-something for it. So I'll get some air out of here. There we go. So I'm just going to tape it down, put it in a bag. No, I ripped the bag. Anyways, Stanley. No other questions. So this light relief, I'm not going to take it out of the bag. It's just a weird thing you slap on your hand and it's got lights and you rub it all over yourself and it's supposed to heal pain. Whether or not it does, I don't know. But this is definitely over £1. And they didn't pay a ton for it. They paid like $30. So you know what I'm going to do? Flat rate mail that. Light relief. Done. Done. Done, done, and done. And done. I sold, I'm not going to take it out of here, but I'll just show you the box. This is a 5-pack black light Funko Pop. Paid $20. Paid $20 at Target. It's still in the Target box. That's moving around a lot in there. Hang on. I don't want it to move around that much. So I guess you get to see it anyways. It's not wrapped properly. These guys here sold for $50 plus shipping. It's cool set. I was moving around too much. I don't like that. So if it gets there with a dent, I gotta pay to ship it back. I would not be happy. Let's do another one. That's here. I got like 3 that'll knock out of the way super fast. Because I don't really have to do much to them. I sold this Mario Kart. It's Mario and Yoshi. Paid $30 for that on Target.com. It was mailed to me in a box. This box. And probably had air pillows in there, but a little bit of packing paper will do the job just fine. Sold this for $75. So whenever you reuse boxes, make sure you have spare labels just kind of sitting around. And cover up before you forget about them all of the old labels. Mario is done. James packed his 2 items. Well, congratulations. Oh man, I'm sweating in here. Let me turn the fan on. It's this light. I turn this light on. It's LED, but it still emits like crazy amounts of heat. I sold a Funko Vanessa Five Nights at Freddy's, and I paid $50 for this. It was a bad buy because I sold this for $70. And after fees and everything, it's not worth it. You ready? Broncos Nation, let's ride. Let's go. You ready? Dana in the house. Daryl, howdy. Just packing weekend orders and answering questions. If you guys got questions, BSing, hanging out, having fun. This is going to ship just in this box. That's it. Done. I got to weigh it and dimension it. I didn't show you. Some of you guys are here from Bread and Butter. It's a cook group I'm in. If you're interested, check out the links down in the description. It'll tell you more about it. I sold a $460 Halloween decoration that I paid $220 for. So that happened. Can't show you what it is because it was a cook from the group, and you know they're still live, and I'm not supposed to share that stuff. So can't share it, but I can give you that hint that Halloween is selling, which we'll get to Halloween in a second. I think I only have 3 other orders to pack, and then we'll be kind of half wrapping up. I sold a pair of boxing shoes. Speedex. These came from a cook on the shoe flips a while back. Check W. Sold some Hokas from your call out and shoe flips. Bam! I love it, man. Good job. These were $30, I think, is what I paid for these from East Bay. And these sold on Amazon for $110. $110. And the box is probably too long for any of the boxes I brought in here. How tall is that? 14 by 5. Oh, it's 13 and a half. Nope. Wah, wah. Hang on. I did bring a bunch of boxes to just right outside the door. So when I did something silly like that, and I sold something and I didn't have a box ready for it, then I didn't have to go too far. Live is waking up. What mileage app do I use? I use Mile IQ. Mile IQ. See if I can. So this one right here, it's called Mile IQ. So it's first day of August, so there's no August drives. But if we go to so far in 2022, I've logged $2,246.70 in tax-deductible mileage. Super easy. Love Mile IQ. I love packing paper. If you don't have packing paper, this is just like a clothes rack, garment rack, whatever. And I keep my bubble wrap and packing paper on there. Makes it super easy. So now like my shoes are nice and tight in this box. And heck, for the heck of it, let's even do some resizing. So it probably won't even save me anything on this, but it's fine. It's fine. We're going to do it just for fun. $7,000 in sales. Angie resells. What's going on? So if you ever get a box like this and there's too much room at the top and you don't need the extra packing space, so you either got to fill this with packing paper or you take a knife and you poke it out the corners. You just put it on top of the box and then just poke it out the four corners. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'll show you how fast and easy this is. Poke it out the four corners, done. And then take the back, the dull side of your knife, and then just score from side to side. And then fold the box out. You see it that way? Fold it out, fold it in. Now you have a nice custom box to fit what you had without a whole bunch of extra space that you have to pay for. Probably should use a smaller box anyways, but whatevs. Like I said before, cover up the old labels. You don't want it accidentally coming back to you. Cover that with tape. Adidas, done. Y'all want to see a good one? Well, let's see. I'll save the best one for last. I sold this Halloween Spooky Town. If you watched my video, I think it's my last real video. I thought that was a really good video. I thought it was a really good video. It got like 500 views, and I worked hard on it, and I want to cry. And I haven't put out any videos for like 2 weeks because I was kind of upset that I put all the time and energy into it, and it just tanked so hard. Anyways, I paid probably $10 for this at that sale. It was in a big bulk buy, so you got to average it out. And sold for 130 bucks. 130 bucks. Maybe. That box might be just a little too tight. I don't want to force it. Yeah, just a little too tight. Boo! I thought I was lucky. Now I'm gonna have it stuck in there. The joys of being live. I would have done this not live too. And it sticks out a quarter inch. Sticks out a quarter inch. Boom. 11 and a half. From the groceries. Much better. Much better. Easy peasy. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Because the thing's in a styrofoam container anyways, it ain't going to get damaged. So you want to be a reseller? This is your life. Packing and shipping, and listing and packing and shipping. Zach in the house. What's going on, man? Long time no see. I've been a very big slacker on posting on YouTube. I've been slacking at posting on Instagram. I just haven't been feeling it, if you know what I mean. I've been busy. But trying to get ready for Q4. Did $7,000 last week between eBay and Amazon. Halloween. It's a Halloween decoration. And if you're selling $7,000 a week, you have your priorities right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hate to say it. Like, I do YouTube for fun. and to help people who are getting started. Like, that's why I started doing YouTube, was to say like, hey, there's 6 people in here, I don't care. I was at a high-paying 6-figure job before I started YouTube and doing what I'm doing with reselling and all that. And I don't want to go back. And so I was like, I want to help other people to be able to do that same thing. My first year full-time reselling, I did over $200,000 in sales. And I was like, this is bonkers. Like how, I want to say, like how fast it can turn. Because the first part of the year it was kind of slow growing, and then I really took after it and it took off. But yeah, YouTube takes a lot of time. You know, if you put in, I was putting in at least 8 hours a week into YouTube, which is great. It got me to, you know, the subs and the watch hours and monetization and all that. But, you know, I make like $20 a month off of YouTube. You know, $20 is $20. But as Angie said, you got to have your priorities right and pay the bills, because I have 2 little girls to feed. I sold this Lamborghini Miura. I have not put out the video yet. I have a hour-long video of me negotiating with this guy. These were not for sale. They were in his garage, and I saw them in his garage, and I said, hey, are those for sale? And he's like, I'm not sure, maybe. And I said, well, let me go look at them. And I went in there and I talked him into selling me some of his better ones. And I have roughly $20 into this. Sold for $175. You can get a little better view there. Lamborghini Miura. And I will probably, it moves around a little bit in there. It's not sealed. So I'm gonna put some like bubble wrap in there. Oh yeah, I had to find a box for this book still. Don't let me forget about that. So I'm trying to do some Zach stuff, and I've been doing. I put out a. Oh man, did I get all out of focus because I did that? Focus. Yeah, it's a little better. So I put out a little real estate video recently, and I probably need to do more of that. So I may put out some more real estate stuff in the near future. We'll see. When you source, how far out do you travel? Depends on how I'm feeling that day. Most of the time it's within 30 minutes to 45 minutes, but there are some days when I go like an hour, hour and a half, and then I'll source around there and then work my way back home. That's normally how I do it when I go far away, is I'll drive the 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and then I'll hit stuff there and then start working my way back home. So when I'm done, then I'm close to home and it's like, okay, I'm done. And you're not like an hour and a half drive still from where you started. So yeah, I sent out some yellow letters to people with vacant land. I've talked to a few people. I've talked to one guy who's actually open to a deal, but it's like right on the edge of where I think the land is worth about $200,000 and he's willing to take $120,000, which sounds like an amazing deal. And it is, but vacant land doesn't always sell very fast. So I could sit on that for a long time and still make some decent money. But if I have to sit on it for a year, then I'm debating if I want to even focus on the vacant land right now, unless I can get him to sell or finance it. If I can get him to sell or finance it, which is what he's thinking about right now, then I think I'm going to buy that one. But I don't know for sure yet. But I did send out some yellow letters. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a yellow letter, go check out my video. It's got me holding up some envelopes, and it says I made $15,000 or $30,000 or whatever it was off of these envelopes. And that's what I did then, was I sent out yellow letters that say, hey, I want to buy your property. And sometimes people call you back and sometimes they don't. And I did the last time. They called me back and they said, yeah, I'll sell it. And I paid cash and I bought 40 acres and then I split it into 3 10-acres and 2 5-acre parcels. Where's my tape that I'm looking for? Can't find it. Did I drop it? Anyways, so I split it into 3 10-acres and 2 5-acres, and I made a bunch of money doing that. And then so I was like, I bet I could do that again. And so I sent out the envelopes, the letters, just for the heck of it. And I got some replies. I like it. I like it. And like I said, this one guy, he's thinking about it. He gave me a number, a reasonable number. But like I said, I want more than the vacant land flips. I want to get another rental because I'm actually kind of upset that I sold my last rental. We made a lot of money on that rental. Don't get me wrong. Part of how, to be honest, guys, part of how I was able to afford going full-time reselling was we had a lot of equity in a house. We sold that house and, well, we rented it for a few years. And then we ended up selling it. So we made a bunch of money on the rental. We made a bunch of money on appreciation. And we got all that cash out. And it was like, all right, hey, I've got a couple years worth of salary here. And let's give full-time reselling a go. And so it wasn't as risky as like somebody leaving their regular job. Without having that backup plan. So I always tell people when they ask about going full-time, my personal opinion is don't go full-time until you have enough money saved up to cover your bills for at least 4 months. Because what's going to happen is not only do you have to pay your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, your groceries, your self-employed health insurance, right? There's a lot of costs, especially if you got kids, which I do. But you have to be able to pay for your inventory, right? So if you go spend $10,000 on inventory to send to Amazon, Amazon's going to take 3 weeks to check it in. Once they sell it, they're going to take at least 2 weeks to pay you back. So you got 5 weeks. Best case scenario, 5 weeks if you're doing FBA. It's less than that with eBay. So if you send stuff, or if you're selling some of the stuff on eBay, it's not as crazy. But I spend a lot of money on sending stuff to Amazon, right? So if you got a 5-week turnaround, you got to be able to pay that credit card bill before you pay a bunch of interest. Lambo. I can barely move in here. I'm so surrounded by packages. It's bonkers. Yeah. So hopefully that helps or makes some kind of halfway sense. I have to reship this. I guess I'll do it. I shipped it. This is an eBay order. This is a $120 Hot Wheel. It's a $120 Hot Wheel. And the guy messaged me and said, oh crap, I put the wrong address. It's being returned to sender. Can you reship it? And I said, yeah, I'll reship it, but you got to pay the shipping. So I'm going to just put it into a new fresh mailer. And then assuming that he paid the shipping, I'll ship that back out to him. That's all done. I told you guys about the $400 fire pit. I told you about the $460 Halloween decoration. It's from Bread and Butter Cook Group, so I can't share exactly what they are, but just that that's what they are. That's it other than this book. So if you got any last minute questions, throw them out there. Otherwise, I'm going to start wrapping up. I needed a bigger box for this book because I don't want it to get damaged. And I think these ones were all just too small. Just too small. But this one will be, it's freaking Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's just right. Just right. So this was a book. Shout out Utah and Bot and Gun, Zach. And it's going to look very pretty, just like that. Still need to cover those labels, and I'll probably put this in a poly bag. So what are the real estate plans? I'm up in the air, to be honest. I've been consuming a lot of real estate content, and I'm debating which route I really want to go. If I want to go through agents or if I want to go through like direct to seller. But I am looking at picking up rentals. I think I'd like to do a few fix and flips here and there, but I'm looking at picking up rentals. And hang on a second. I had my door open because my wife went to the grocery store. And if I leave it open, the kids are going to come in here and make a big old ruckus and knock all my stuff over. This was Plato, the book Plato. So we'll see how it shakes out, but I'm looking at picking up rentals. I'm looking at seller financing because there is a lot of that going on right now. And I've used it in the past, and I think I can get that going again. So if I can, that's going to be amazing. And if I can't, I've got 80 grand in eBay inventory I still need to sell. Not that I would stop selling any of this stuff while I'm working on the other things, but it's nice to have backup stuff. And my chair is absolutely loaded with all these packages. Plus a few that sold while we were live. So I've got 37 orders going out today. Yeah, that's the plan, is to look at seeing if I can get some seller financing deals. So because if you look at that, it's all about cash flow. It's not necessarily about the price. It's if somebody out there right now has a 3.25%, 3.5% payment, right? They got a mortgage on that 3.5%. If I took over it as a investor and I have to pay 6 to 8%, that's rough. But if you can take over their payment and seller finance the portion of their equity, or pay them cash for their equity, right? That's another option. So if they've got 100 grand in equity and you can go in and cover that 100 grand and say, okay, I'll cover, here's what you would have got paid out anyways, and let me take over the mortgage. If they've been paying on the house for 10 years and there's only a 20-year payment left, you're taking over that 20-year payment. That's amazing, because all the interest is front loaded anyways. So it's possible. We're probably getting way off topic for most people watching the channel, but it's out there. It's not as common, but it's becoming more common now because of people not being able to afford the higher prices because of the higher interest rates. And if the interest rates stay or go higher, more people are going to be open to that to get the higher price, because otherwise what they have to do is they have to accept taking a lower sales price to get their payment to be equal, right? So somebody a year ago that wanted to buy a $350,000 house at the 3.25% interest rate that we had going on, their payment was significantly lower than that same 350 on a 6 or 7% loan right now, right? So if you're paying double the interest on that, now that person that was going to pay 350 can only afford a $275,000 house. So the sellers have to either accept a lower price, wait for somebody who's willing to pay that, or say, okay, right, if their house has been on the market for 30, 60, 90 days, that, okay, if I want to get my price, I may have to consider other options, or I have to drop my price. But if you can come in and say, hey, well, if you seller finance that, and instead of having to put down 30%, right, like I think you just had to put down 30% on your last one, if you say, how about if we take 10% down and you seller finance it, and I'll give you your price, I'll give you your higher price with 10% down. Now you could buy 3 rentals with that same 10% or that same 30% down. And as long as they're cash flowing, that's what you just have to look at. If their payment is $1,500 a month that you have to cover, plus a $150 month, seller financing payment or something like that, but you can rent it for $2,100. It's all about the cash flow. Off topic, but on topic, because he's the one asking the question. So appreciate you. Any other questions? Drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I got to start weighing these things, getting them shipped. This was only half of the battle, right? This was half the battle. We got all of that stuff and all of that stuff. You can't maybe see it. That's all down there. And all that stuff. And there's like 10 more packages outside the door there that I packed last night for Amazon. Yeah, look into it. Check out Pace Morby. Pace Morby. What's up, Overcast? But yeah, check out Pace Morby. He does a lot of stuff on that. And you can even do it through real estate agents and all that. So you can even be looking at on-market properties. It doesn't have to be direct to seller. So that's why I said I'm not sure exactly which way I'm going to shake out on whether I go direct to seller or through agents, or I don't know. We'll see. But that's the plan. Keep building up more passive income. So if you just popped in, like Overcast, I just finished packing orders. There's a big mess behind me of orders. So unless you guys want to do like a sports card break or something, I got to get on Whatnot and do that. If you're not on Whatnot, by the way, there's a link down below. You get $10 free to sign up. And then I get $10 too. So it's a nice way to support the channel. Plus, I'm live. I think you guys are allowed to like super chat me or something. I don't know if I'd see it because I'm on StreamYard, not on YouTube. But random question: what's the most valuable item I have right now? I mean, the most expensive items I have probably listed are some of the Halloween items. Probably guess which ones those are. Got a bunch of those. Otherwise, I have bunch of die-cast cars that are in like the $300 to $500 range. That'd probably be some of my most valuable stuff otherwise. Daryl, I've been doing Whatnot maybe 5 months now, 5-6 months. I started out with toys and plush, and then I did vintage t-shirts for a while, and then I've moved on to mostly selling NFTs. I sell Funko and Hot Wheel NFTs. The Lamax ones, no. I do have some really expensive ones of those. The Halloween stuff, I've got some of the like 12-foot mummies and skeletons and Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. That's pretty hot. But yeah, the Lamax, I've probably got $3 or $4 grand of Lamax listed right now. And I've probably got another $5 grand in Christmas Department 56 stuff that I need to list that I haven't listed yet. Forgive me, I keep looking over here. It might look weird on YouTube, but my camera's here. My chat's over here on a different monitor so I could see it when I was up over there packing. But any other questions, throw them out. Otherwise, I'm going to start weighing, and I will not bore you to sit here and watch me weigh and measure packages, because that's the next step. You have to weigh it all, and then you have to measure it all, and then print the shipping labels. And that's boring. You thought this part was boring? The next part's the real exciting part. Oh, man. What did I miss? What did I miss? I got some W's. Boom. Let's see. Chris, Overcast just sold a cash register. How did you still have any of those? I sold those so fast. Who was oh, I didn't recognize the name for somebody from earlier. See you next time. Gotta go to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you hanging out. If you're catching this on the live replay, drop a comment. And if you learned anything, if you enjoyed any bolo, if you thought this was really horrible, any of it, drop a comment on this, because all of these chat replays will go away. And oh, Sam's Club had them for 99 again. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. Those were friggin' awesome. Anyways, drop a comment. Appreciate y'all hanging out. And I'm going to end this live. So see you later.